Hello, welcome to my kitchen. How you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. As you know, if you've been here before, we go live just a minute or two early so that my dogs remember that I'm still here. I give them a time to settle. Hey, how's everyone doing? Happy Valentine's Day. Hope you're all having a great morning so far. I'm here today for another Feast Like a Hero Fantasy Fitness. I actually pulled this from our February's recipe pack. So if you go to files in the app, it'll be under February recipe pack. There's also a plant-based pack as well, but I pulled this one from our regular pack because it is shrimp. It's a low-carb shrimp stir fry. Shrimp fajita bowl. Kind of feels like a stir fry because there is no tortilla. But I also know Coach Brenna, if you're there listening and you want to comment below, she has a ton of really high protein recipes and like almost like wraps. She does like eggs and stuff too with it, but with cottage cheese. I haven't experimented too much with cottage cheese, but I know we have a ton of other recipes too if you wanted to do like a tortilla in a low carb style. But what I got was cauliflower rice, which is actually in my freezer. I got this brand. It was on sale. I got like 3 packs of this. I got 2 yellow, 2 green, and 2 red peppers, and I got an onion, plus a couple bags of rice, cauliflower rice that was on sale, and a bunch of shrimp, which I have already made this recipe. That's why I was really excited to make it because I really like it, and I know that I can make it taste really good and show you some of the stuff that I've been like teetering around with. But needless to say, I bought all of that, like I said, enough to make this twice. So this fed me for 3 days with the meal prep, and I'm gonna make the other half of it and do another 3 days, so it's good for like a week. But I split it in half so I could cook some with you guys live. But all of that, I think I spent $23, and it meal prepped me for pretty much my whole work week. It got me lunch for the whole work week, so that was great. But really, just to start off, I defrosted and detailed all of these shrimp that I got because I had gotten them frozen, and then I put them in a fajita mix. I like this brand a lot. I have like a ton of their like hot sauces and stuff, so I got their branded fajita mix, and I just tossed my shrimp in it, and I've been letting it sit for a little bit. You want to let it sit for at least 15 minutes just so it like kind of soaks in all of it. But while that sits, I'm just heating up some olive oil in my pan, and I already cut up vegetables, but while that's marinating, this would be a good time to do that as well. Look how colorful my cutting board is. That's another thing I really like about this bowl is it's super colorful. It's got a ton of really good flavors in it, and it's not like super like it's filling, but it's not like heavy feeling. That's something I really like about going carb free or not real rice. This takes about 5 minutes, so I'm gonna toss it in now. Ooh, you're supposed to stand it up in the microwave, but she a little defrosted. So the microwave's going. Like I said, I'm just heating up some oil while we're letting that shrimp defrost. And then basically what I do with the rice is I just split it up. I think there's 4 cups in this bag, so I was able to do like a cup per meal. But I'll probably do the same thing. Oh, she fell over. Now I can break her up a little more so she'll stand up. But yeah, so I'll portion out the rice into all of my containers, and then we'll cook the shrimp, and then we're gonna pull the shrimp out of the pan, and then we're gonna cook all of our veggies, including, like I said, I got peppers, onions, and then I already had some garlic, so I'm gonna throw some garlic in there too. So once we pull the shrimp off, we'll cook the veggies, and it's gonna be very good. I add a lot of other things as well, which are optional. And of course, as you start to make this yourself, you can like tinker with it how you'd like. But personally, I also, because I'm trying to steer away from sour cream, which is something that you would put on a fajita, I did an avocado, and then I also have some pickled jalapenos that I made like forever ago, but they're still good because they're pickled, you know. Math. I don't know. So I also threw those in there because it just made it a little spicier. And then, of course, sometimes I'll throw some hot sauce in there, just kind of depending on my mood for the week. But we'll go ahead and start cooking that shrimp. I just want to make sure this oil is hot enough. And I'll get you all down here with me. So like I said, I've just been marinating this. It looks good. And then I think this oil's hot enough, so I'm going to go ahead and toss this in. See? It's really not. So we're going to let it go a little longer. And I'm going to get some tongs out. It's okay, we'll just give it a little longer to heat up. What's everybody doing for Valentine's Day? Anybody got some fun plans? My only plan is to finish reading. Right now I'm reading The Witch Collector because I finished Onyx Storm and without giving spoilers was mad because naturally. And so I went back to The Witch Collector because I hadn't read that yet. I'm waiting patiently for the sequel to Heartless Hunter, which is Rebel Witch, to come out, but I've got a couple more days to then. But yeah, that's my plan today, is to just read and relax, finish my meal preps, catch up with some clients. So y'all hit me up if you have any questions on the app. Yeah. Oh, I'm also planning on making, because it's Valentine's Day, a banana bread that I'm really excited about because it's got peanut butter in it. It's like a Reese's Pieces banana bread. And then I also got these super cute, completely unnecessary packaging, but like they sold me because how cute. And I'm probably gonna dip these in chocolate and then put them back in here and have some chocolate covered strawberries. Thing fell over again. And I got this chocolate that is vegan and it's got little homies on it. This one's got like zebras on it and stuff. It's cool. It has like zebra facts, but relatively healthier and animal-free version of dark chocolate. So I think I might melt some of that with some coconut oil. Like I said, dip these in it and then put them back in. I probably have some like fun sprinkles somewhere I could deck them out a little more with. Oh, you know what else I've been doing that's been like with that chocolate is I'll take my yogurt of choice. I do an almond-based yogurt instead of like a dairy yogurt. And I'll mix that with my chocolate protein. And like if you mix it up, it almost makes it like a mousse, like a chocolate mousse. And I'll melt some of that chocolate and put it on top and let it harden. And sometimes I'll throw some strawberries in that too. And it's like a little like chocolatey cake snack. I love it. It's like a guilty pleasure, but it's not, I don't feel guilty eating it. It's another one of those things where it's like light, so you don't feel full from it, but you also know not to overindulge in it. All right, I think we're going somewhere now with this oil. Let's get us down here. Whee! All right, let's try this again. Oh yeah, she's ready. And I don't know if anybody else's animals are like this, but currently my dogs, they have their own room in the house, so they're currently in their room because it would just be click clacks would be all you hear if I let them just kind of like roam around the house while I'm doing this. Sometimes they're out with me after I clean, they'll like chill, but we haven't gotten that far in our day yet, so they would be menaces. And shrimps are like, they usually cook pretty quick. I just try to get them to a point where they start to get a little pink, and then I flip them, and then I like them like super cooked if I'm being honest, but sometimes people say that's pretty chewy. So like you can see how they're starting to turn pink on the side, and we'll flip them. I might even, because when I made this last time, it was super great just like this, like even with just the amount of seasoning that was on the shrimp. But I think when I take these out and I do the veggies, I might throw some more seasoning on the veggies. And then maybe I won't need any hot sauce. And honestly, the rice, the cauliflower rice is so good with this. I really hit it out of the park. A lot of the times, if you guys have been to one of my cooking lives before, you'll see that I'm cooking something or trying something that I haven't done yet. And sometimes it goes really well, and sometimes there's a little of a disaster to it. But this recipe, This recipe, it's only the 14th, and I probably already made this twice. I'm putting it into my rotation for sure. And that's something I like to utilize with our app is I'll go on our files pretty much every month because every first of every month we release our regular recipe pack and then also our plant-based recipe pack. So every month I'll hop on, I'll find something that intrigues me and I'll try it. And if I like it, it just kind of gets added into rotation. So like over the last several months of being on this app, I've gotten a couple of meals where I understand, what the protein yield's going to be from it and the carb yield, and I'm able to kind of plan my days around it because I'm so accustomed to not only making it, but I can see all of the macros because it's right in the app, so when I'm making it, and I can track it, and they're already in, so where you track your meals, like you can store meals and you can store the portions of it, or like just put portions of it in for your tracking, so it makes my tracking easier because I'm pretty much rotating through similar meals. And then on my weekends, I'm a little more lax about it, and I sometimes don't always track my meals. But when I'm already meal prepping like this, like I can put this in. Well, this is already in for me, but I can put this in. And then if I decide to make it again in 2 weeks when it's in my meal prep rotation, all I have to do is pull it from my archives. So it makes tracking a little bit easier. These tongs are kind of more of a pain than I was expecting. Let me get my other ones. Oh yeah, these are more pinchy. So then I'm just going to flip them so they cook on both sides. And this looks like a lot of oil, but that's because I wasn't intending on adding more when I put the veggies in. I was just going to toss the veggies in this when I pull the shrimp out. Oh, kitten. Like I said, I already cooked half of these at the beginning of this week because I made this meal prep for my work week, half of it. And then now today I just pulled these out this morning to defrost them and marinate them and have them ready for the day. And it's a really easy cook. Like I said, shrimp doesn't really take that long to cook. It's super fast. Same when it comes to veggies, depending on like how tender you want your veggies, but really doesn't take long. And it's a pretty big amount of food for this might take about like 15 to 20 minutes to cook. But again, it's so simple. Honestly, the most tedious part is cutting the veggies, and it's not that hard. And not only is it not that hard, but look at all these seeds that I get from all those veggies that I bought. So now I will be replanting these veggies. I don't know if anybody has the hobby of gardening, the hobby of plants, the all-consuming hobby that is planting. But if you guys ever want to chat about that, me and Coach Brenna both thoroughly enjoy not only like regrowing food scraps, but just like plants and propagating plants and just gardening in general. I really last year was the first time I had some good progress with my garden where that's where the jalapenos came from. That I'm going to use the pickled ones, but I actually had like a lot of food. Tomatoes, a ton of tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, regular tomatoes. My lemon tree is still growing, so I haven't gotten much from her yet. And then peppers. Peppers went really well. And this year, actually, I was debating, it started getting pretty gross again today, but this whole week has been super hot and so nice. I was debating on doing some gardening, or at least starting some seeds this week. Maybe I'll put those in after I eat some food. Like I said, I like to overcook my shrimp. Cook this to your heart's desire. This is mine. And once they feel ready enough cooked for you, like I said, pink ideally all the way through. That is it, like bare minimum cooked. But then if you want to get them a little charred. So I'm going to pull these out and put them on a separate plate. I would put it on my cutting board, but I ran out of room. All right. And then I'm literally just going to dump this whole cutting board. And I just kind of toss around the oil. Like I said, I want to throw some more seasoning in here too, but I want to get these all coated with all that extra oil that's in there. Well, leftover oil that's in there. All right, and then let me throw some of this pack back in here. Right quick. Oh, there's a lot more veggies than there was shrimp, so I think that's fine. Oh, something I should explain too. So fajita mix, or sorry, fajita seasoning, is what it says in the recipe. I chose to do my fajita seasoning of choice, but when you're picking out oh my goodness, fajita seasoning, especially if you're like getting a packet like I did, you just same thing when it comes to checking labels. You just want to check and see and ensure, basically confirm what it is you're adding. Like I don't want to put sugar in this. This is a nice like low carb, almost sugar free. There might be a no, I don't think the seasoning was sugar free because it's the kinder version. But yeah, you just want to check and ensure it's not super high sodium because this is a pretty basic recipe in terms of like you got veggies, you got shrimp, and you got cauliflower, which is again just another veggie. So with this, yeah, you still want to add this flavor. This is mostly like chili powder, paprika. I just threw the packet out. Let me read it to you. So salt, but it's lower than 300 milligrams for this whole packet, and I probably just used like the last third of it. Dehydrated garlic, paprika, dehydrated onion, spices, chili pepper, cilantro, lemon peel, salt, and zero added sugars. Zero protein, but again, it's literally just like salt and seasoning. So check your labels. But you can also just make this yourself. Again, those ingredients don't seem too hard to find. A lot of the times people will add, well, I like to add brown sugar to your stir fry just to get it a little sweet, but this is still super flavorful. I like red pepper flakes and stuff like that too, so, ooh, lost one. Rogue pepper. All right, give us some time. We'll let them cook for a little longer. And then while that's cooking, go back to our bag. Cauliflower rice. Let's pop you guys back up to me again. Hey, hi, how you doing? We're cooking peppers. Again, peppers don't take super long to cook either, but I'm probably going to eat some of this now because I'm hungry, and I'll probably save some for tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is make a bowl for myself and then meal prep a bowl for tomorrow. Because what I had left in shrimp is probably only enough for 2 bowls. But that's okay. So like I said, I just take the rice and I was portioning it out by cup, but for this, I'm probably just going to put what I'm going to eat in the bowl that I'm going to eat out of. And then I'll put the rest. In this meal prep container. Oh, she's hot. Dang, and we let that sit for a minute too. Perfect. I'll show you what the rice looks like too. It really does taste like rice too. I know people are like, it's a vegetable. I've been like vegan forever, and every time I give anybody anything that's an alternative vegetable, even if it's like an alternative to the vegetable, like let's say sweet potato fries instead of regular rustic potato fries. Everyone's always like, it's so different because it's made of veggies. It's good. Veggie noodles, it's good. Just try it, especially if you do it with like the right flavors. So this is what it looks like. It literally looks like rice. You see? Looks like rice. Smells like cauliflower. It's literally just shredded boiled cauliflower. Again, that's something you can make yourself too, but I chose to buy it frozen because it was on sale. Girls on a budget, and this definitely fit my little budget. So, and I'll show you too the way I meal prepped it. I do like to have the veggies on top of the rice just because it makes the rice have like some of that too. But just because I'm probably not going to eat it till tomorrow, and when I get to eating it tomorrow, it'll probably be more of a dinner thing, and I can replate it. I put my rice on this side, and I'll put my veggies, my shrimp on this side because I've got a shit ton of veggies. And yeah, I'll make a meal tomorrow. And then, like I said, I'm gonna add an avocado to the top of mine, and I'll probably put this in the fridge so I can do it again tomorrow. I have like these cute little vegetable containers that are the shape of the vegetable. I just used my onion one, but there's tomato. I have one that like wraps around it too, which I prefer because it keeps it fresher, but that's okay. I'm definitely eating this tomorrow. And then, like I said, this is something that even if you wanted to stay carb free, but you wanted to make this like a taco, you could do a lettuce wrap. There's other alternatives to making wraps as well. I've seen people make pizza dough out of chicken. One of my clients, Clayton, actually does that. I forgot the name of it. If you're watching, comment the name of it because I'm pretty sure you named that pizza something epic. But yeah, so you can do like a lettuce wrap, you can make your own wrap, or if you can get like a low carb tortilla. But honestly, this tastes good even just in a bowl. I prefer it in a bowl just because, like I said, it's light, but it's still filling, so I can still keep going about my day. It's a really nice lunch snack, or a lunch meal, not a snack. All right. I think these bad boys are ready. I'll turn my heat off. And then, like I said, I'm going to throw some of these veggies in my container to go, but we'll plate a few so I can show you. Okay, right? Shrimp, peppers, onions, garlic, cauliflower. That's all that's in there, plus the seasoning. Very basic meal, but so good. Now, like I was telling you, my add-ons. Oh, I took my jalapenos to work. It's okay, I have another jar. So this is just because jalapenos are good. Do I need a reason? Now that I think about it, because yes. So a cup of jalapenos. We'll reuse that too. Look, we got a spare one. Avocado. A little brown, but I'm still gonna eat it. Oh, I'm sure it would look prettier if my avocado wasn't brown, but you guys definitely get the idea. Right? Okay, hear me out. Got the peppers, you got the shrimp, you got the avocado, we got some jalapeno, we got some rice. That's not really rice, right? I'll just smash up the avocado in there a little bit. Yeah. It's a very easy recipe. Oh, jalapeno in that bite. It's an easy recipe, and it's got a really good, like I said, yield. Look how much veggies I have. And again, I made this recipe at the beginning of the month, or sorry, beginning of the week. So I had double the amount of ingredients that I had now. Only spent $23, and this is still how much I just made from the other half. So I think it's a really good value, and it's delicious. And I'll eat this and probably be full, hopefully be full till dinner. Well, let me know if you guys try this recipe. Oh, I'm gonna go sit down and destroy that bowl. Well, let me know if you try it, or let me know if you try any of our other recipes this week and you think that I should try them, because I'm always looking to test myself a little bit, and sometimes I won't try something because I think I don't like it. But if you're like, hey, I tried this, it's really good. I usually don't like this, but it's really good. So comment below. Well, that's all I have for you today. So again, thank you for joining me in my kitchen and cooking with me. I hope you try this recipe because, like I said, it's like way too easy to not just give it a chance once. And it's crazy how much cauliflower, not rice, tastes like rice. They really do. And it's not gonna hurt your tummy. All right, y'all. See you next time. Bye.